Welcome to the Turnbuckle with your hosts, Killer and C. And welcome everybody to another episode of Killer and C's The Turnbuckle. I'm Killer Chris.
And this is Caesar, and we're back from Wrestlemania. Here's our WrestleMania
Yes.
review.
Love WrestleMania. It was a glorious show. Do things look a
Glorious,
little
glorious is
differently
strong,
this
Chris.
week?
Glorious is strong. Let's take a moment. To just reflect that WrestleMania has lost its soul. The soul of WrestleMania is gone
That's
and
right.
replaced with commercials.
Lots of commercials.
Lots of commercials. And if you like our content, please make sure to like and subscribe and do all the things.
And if this is your first episode watching, don't expect every episode to look like this, because this is different than what we usually
Yeah,
do.
we're doing things a little differently today. We'll see how it goes, Yeah.
Yep. Water has caused us to try different things. Flooding is not the greatest thing in the world.
It is not the greatest thing in the world. But we're here to still give you the content.
That's right, because we're no quitters.
That's right.
I think we get right into it. We talk about the six-man tag team match
That's right.
with Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed versus Usos and LA Knight. What'd you think?
I feel like all the wrestlers in here were background characters. Ty Show Speed, a YouTuber, and
Yep.
this was quick. I grabbed some food because we just ordered pizza. I grabbed some food and the match was over. That's what it was. I saw ISO Speed do some stuff. I was like, why is there so much focus on ISO Speed? The Usos were three-dimensional characters going into WrestleMania with the whole thing with CM Punk and Roman Reigns and with LA Knight, and then they were just background characters there for ISO Speed. So this was not good to me.
No, I did. Even though I asked if I should go back and watch this, and everybody told me no, I did go back and watch it just for this show. I was like, I need to know what
Yeah.
I'm missing. I'm sorry I did that, and I knew I shouldn't do it.
I told you that you don't need to go back. Chris came in late after that match, and then I told him he asked me, he texted me, "Do I need to go back and watch it?" I said no.
I was like, I bet you I don't. And then the next day, I was like, you know what? I got 5 minutes, and I went and watched it. I was like, I just wasted 5 minutes of my life. I didn't get back.
That is right. That is right. Well, let's go on to the next one. Well, after
Yeah,
this
this
commercial
match
break.
was not great.
I'm just
Yep.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No commercial breaks here.
We don't do that.
Next was the
Yeah,
unsanctioned match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, with Jacob Fatu picking up the victory. Chris, what were your thoughts?
we both picked Jacob to win this match. I thought it was a good match. I really enjoyed. Again, this was another short match. I think all their matches almost, well, not all of them, but were under 15 minutes.
Something like
This
that. I
one
think this
was,
was like 13 or 15, something like that. This was one of the longer ones
yep.
on night
And
one.
I thought it was good. It showed what it needed to show. I think they got through their differences. Not to say that they're friends anymore now, but at least I think they finished their storyline and they moved on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
What about you?
This was just a basic disqualification match that they could have had on Raw or SmackDown. They had some good spots. I think this match was good. It wasn't great. I think it didn't do what it needed to do, which is I thought write Drew McIntyre off TV because he's going to go film Highlander. So I felt like it needed to do something big to try and write him off. There was a really cool spot when Drew pushed Fatu off the top turnbuckle and he flipped all the way back to the outside of the ring through a table. I thought that was a really cool spot. But that's like the only spot that I really remember from um, being very good. Like I said, it was a good match. I liked it. It was a DQ match. Was it an unsanctioned match? I don't know if it was an unsanctioned match. Quality there, but I mean, it was good. It was better than a lot of things we got on on night one. So it is what it
Better than
is.
the first match.
It was better than the first match. I wish they would have opened with this one first because it was better. I
Yeah, it
was
would
like,
have been a better match to open, I think.
yeah. Um,
And then
it's
of course,
yeah.
I don't feel like they really wrote off Drew like they should have here because I don't feel like I think he could come back Friday and have another match. That's all.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a bumps he took at the end there. I know they even brought in the toolbox case and was ranking I think Drew was ranking Fatu with the wrench, and there's no blood or anything. I don't know. Actually, it was a very mundane DQ match. Like I said, it was a good
Yep.
match. It wasn't bad. By far, it was a good match. But yeah,
Yep. I like both competitors in this one. It was quality for them and just not the match we were expecting for an
yeah,
unsanctioned match.
yeah.
So that's all right. We'll just move right along here. We're gonna try and go through these as quick as the WWE went through each of their matches.
That's
And
right.
no commercials, so we won't be here for 8 hours to watch commercials. So. The next match is a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way between Nia Jax and Lash Legend, Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, and the Bella Twins. Only not quite the Bella Twins. We had a special return because Nikki was not cleared to wrestle.
That's right.
Paige makes her triumphant return to the WWE. What are you thinking about that?
I'm happy Paige is back. This was good. I mean, Paige return was back. It was is good. The match itself. The only thing I can remember really that I think is memorable from the match is when they had the part with Paige and Charlotte stare down because they used to be in a faction when she first came into the main roster. I thought that was a good
Mm-hmm.
callback to that. Other than that, this match was as fast as it could be. I can't tell you what Bailey did. I can't tell you what Lyra did. I can tell you what Brie Bella did is not take that many bumps because me and Jeremy were joking that uh, Brie Bella's not going to take any of these bumps, and she never did. So I can remember that, but that was from our thing from when we were watching it. It was an okay match. Too quick. But I'm happy for Paige. I'm glad Paige is back. I do think um, she doesn't need to be in the tag team division for very long. I do think they
Yeah.
need more singles stars, people in the singles division. They should move her to the singles division soon. And I'm pretty sure Nikki, with her injury, with it being like, oh, is she gonna make it or is she not gonna make it? I think she's closer. Like now she'll have the time to get back into in ring shape, and then they can do something with that with her coming back and getting the actual title. But yeah,
Yeah. Taking it away from Paige or something.
yeah. I just want Paige in the singles division as fast as possible because that's what really needs it. The women's division needs more single stars in it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was a little disappointed. I mean, we both picked Bailey and Lyra to win this match. I was a little disappointed and surprised they didn't have them do that, but I get it. Paige was making her return.
Yeah, yeah,
I still kind of feel like if it was the Bellas, that they might not have won, but they gave it to Paige since it's her return. Of course, the Bellas might have still won it. There was
yeah. They
concern
might
that
have
they
still
were
won
still
it.
going to
Yeah,
give it away.
I yeah.
So it was a good match. Not the best
I said it
quality.
was okay. I
Uh,
think it was okay.
it needed, yeah, it needed more time. There's a
Which is
lot of
a theme with a lot of these matches is they need more time.
100%.
Yeah.
So many of these matches, we were always wondering why didn't they give them another 5 minutes or something?
Yep. All of them.
So
Yeah.
so disappointing.
Even with this next match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, we had AJ Lee defending against Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch was able to regain the Women's Intercontinental title in this match. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Ah, we kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah, we both
Didn't.
predicted Becky.
Yep. Wasn't really a big fan. Didn't didn't think it should have happened, but I knew it was going to happen. AJ Lee's just a part timer, and I
Hmm.
didn't expect her to hold it for very long.
Yeah,
It was a good match overall.
I think it was good for the time that they had.
Oh,
I think both ladies did the best they could with the time that they had, which wasn't very much. I like the stuff with Jessica Carr with the referee and Becky Lynch. I thought that was good. Um, I
yeah, that was
think
great.
I think after she did the turnbuckle thing and hit AJ Lee with the edge of the turnbuckle and then did the manhandle slam, I thought Jessica Carr was going to see that it was exposed and then stop the 3 count. But no, she just went for 3 counts and that was it. The match was over. I was like, oh,
Yep,
we're just done here.
yep. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna let that slide. as you'll notice from referees later on, they just let things slide that should have been DQs.
They do that all the time. Yeah, it's part
I
of being
know, it's really weird.
um
Regular matches.
yeah, so they're just yeah, they did the best they could with the time that they had. Because it's crazy because they had like 20 minutes for like their elimination chamber match.
Yep. They only get like 5 minutes. Well, what was
It
this?
was
Eight
seven.
minutes
I
or
think it was
something?
seven. I think it was seven.
It is. WrestleMania is so bad. We could talk about
I
how
told you it's
bad
soul gone. The soul of
the
WrestleMania
timing
is
is.
gone. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. The final boss came for Cody Rhodes' soul, and somehow he took out Wrestlemania's soul instead. I don't
Good
understand how
God.
he did
Yep.
that. He just
With
messed it all
ad
up.
replaced it with ads. Replaced it with
Yep.
ads.
Yep. Please just bring in the money from ads, I guess, is their
My
new
guess
plan
is
with
that
it.
they
So,
didn't want the matches to get broken up by ads. So like they had to cut the matches short before they got to the ad. They needed a certain number of ads. And like they didn't want the
mm.
match to go over so people didn't see the match because of the ads. Is what I'm thinking in my head. So that's
That's
why they were
probably the
short.
best way to explain it. They were like, "This is for ESPN, and ESPN needs these ads,
Yep.
so we got to put them in, and we got certain time limits."
Yep. I mean, both these ladies also got entrances. They like got, and then yeah, it's just
Yeah, I mean the show starts at 6 Eastern and it goes till 10, so it's a 4 hour show. Yeah, and they're probably like, "You need to have commercials 3 times an hour
yeah.
at least."
It
So
was like only an hour and like
ridiculous,
25 minutes of actual wrestling if you add it all together.
terrible,
Yeah.
terrible. If you consider 20 years ago, they had 3 hour long shows and it was like 2.5 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
But we'll move on
So
to one of the better matches, in my opinion.
yeah.
Was the singles match between Seth Rollins and Gunther. We had a return during this match, but we'll get into that in a second as my buddy tells you his thoughts.
This was the best match of the night. I think this was of night one. This was the best match. I think it was also too short. It was only like 15 minutes. I think it needed just a little bit more time. It was just starting to cook. It was getting to the next gear. I'm not a fan that this match had the interference in the middle of the match. You're right. There should have been a DQ called right here with the Braun Breaker coming in and spearing Seth Rollins. Um, but like and then Gunther came and he beat Seth Rollins after that. I think Gunther just should have just beat Seth Rollins, and then Braun Breaker come and attack him at the end of the match, especially once we know, especially in the next match, which also has a shenanigans finish with people interfering.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the back-to-back the same thing booking. Vince was always criticized for doing that, so I'm going to criticize the booker for doing that as well. Um, so this is
Yeah,
back-to-back the same thing.
yeah. Stop with the back-to-back nonsense. Come on now, guys. Unless
Yeah.
it's TLC match, but you're not going to do that, so I'm not
No.
worried.
Well, I mean, that would kill the roster.
Yeah. uh, but yeah, this was a good match. I had a really good suspicion that Braun Breaker was coming back during this match. If you
Yep.
listen to the predictions,
Yep. You did say that.
and he did. I guess I wasn't too surprised that Braun Breaker interfered in the match, considering they want to still make it seem like Seth had a pretty good chance of winning, even though at the same time you're trying to keep Gunther strong and telling the story that he can beat Seth by himself. It's
Yeah.
like, So I mean, there was a balance there, and I guess this is the best way they could balance that, and that makes sense,
Yeah.
I suppose. So it was a good match. I liked it. Best match of the night, probably. I think so.
Yeah. I think it's.
Yeah,
I think it's the best match of the night one.
it was definitely one of the top two matches. If I was,
I would say this and the Jacob Fatu match was the next one.
yeah, that could be. I did like the Rhodes Orton match, but that's because they're two of my favorites on the card in general. So,
Yeah. We'll get there.
but we'll
But
get there.
before that, we had a little hiccup. Was another short women's match for the women's world championship. It was Stephanie Valkyrie defending against Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan ends up winning with shenanigans. What are your thoughts on this
Nope.
very quick match,
Meh.
Chris?
Well, I'll give it my very quick thought. I knew Liv Morgan was going to win. So did Caesar. We both picked it. We also knew that there would be shenanigans. We knew that Raquel and the whole Judgment Day pretty much we thought would get involved. The guys didn't, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, I think if I recall, I know I did. Maybe you didn't. I thought that maybe this was a point where Raquel was gonna. Oh, I thought Raquel was gonna turn on her here. You thought she would return on her on Raw
No, I
because
said
we
she wasn't
watched
return.
Raw.
I said she wasn't going to return for like months because that's how these Judgment Day storylines
Oh
be
yeah,
going.
yeah. You thought it was gonna be a bit before she turns.
Yep, because
Okay,
there haven't been that as many teases as if there was more teases, then I would incline to agree with that. But I said there wasn't going to happen because there hasn't been enough teases for it.
that's fair. And he was right. There was no turn. Everybody stayed together. They're all happy-go-lucky for now.
Yep.
We'll see how long that lasts. This match went completely as expected, except for the fact that again, you're going to hear a lot of this from us. They made the match super short,
Yep.
which
Trouble,
was not
trouble.
something I expected or wanted. Yeah,
By the
I
way,
think her
I've
entrance
had
took longer than the match.
it did. I've had her theme song stuck in my head all day. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm glad I don't remember the words. Otherwise, I probably would
Trouble,
have too.
trouble. It's actually you listen to it. It's actually pretty catchy. You know, it's like catchy
Hmm.
in a bad way, and it's just stuck in your
Yeah,
head.
just
And it's stuck.
trouble, trouble.
Yeah. It's just stuck in your head. You know.
That's
I
about
was
all I
singing
can
it, and
remember
then my
too.
wife told me to stop singing it as I was getting in trouble, so I stopped. Um,
Nice.
yeah, they both had grand entrances, so I thought this was got about to cook. This match needed like 5 more minutes, I think, because you had the little interference thing, and I was like, okay, the ref will send them back, and they'll do 5 minutes of them on their own. Then maybe Dom will come in at the last second and then cost Stephanie the Valkyrie. I mean, that's how I would have booked it, but that's not what happened here. They interfered. They got in there. She got hit. She got hit with the steps. She got hit with the steps. Um,
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
in front
No
of the ref,
DQ.
in front of the ref, and then
You're
thrown
gonna hear
back
that
in
a
the
lot.
ring, and then she got hit with the Oblivion, and then lost. Yep,
Just terrible. Oh, that was it. Yeah, that was it was an okay match.
it was okay. I agree with that 100%.
I'm looking forward to the rematch that they hinted at towards on the back
Yeah,
end of
they need
Raw
more.
though.
They needed more time. I had a feeling that this rivalry was going to continue after WrestleMania. They'll do this, like I said. This is what I said before. They'll continue this match with Stephanie going forward, and then eventually they'll get to the Raquel Liv turn. Eventually, those two are going to turn on each other. I wouldn't be
Yep.
surprised 'cause I know how they do these Judgment Day storylines. They go a whole year. I hope they don't because they did. I mean, they went a whole year with Finn and Dom,
Yep.
which did need to go a whole year building towards that. Um, so I
They
hope they
did
don't.
anything right.
I really hope they don't. I hope by SummerSlam it's Liv versus Raquel in some form or fashion.
That'd be cool. I will say this, not part of WrestleMania. Soul looked really good on Raw. I enjoyed that match between the two of them on
Yeah, you were against
Raw.
NXT people getting called up. They getting called up.
I still am. I think well, now we got more people coming in. I was like,
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a revolving door. It's competitive. That's the
yep.
competitive part of wrestling is actually people getting spots and spots on TV.
You know what was nice? Street Profits came on Raw. It was nice to finally see them. I
It
don't know
was
where they've
nice.
been, but they came
They-
back.
They've been on TV. They've been making babies and stuff. You know what
Well, at least one of
I'm
them. Oh, shoot. Well, that being said, two guys who have some children of their own were in the WWE Undisputed Championship match. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. Can you explain this match to me? Because I got confused near the end.
No, yeah, I'm so confused. That's why it's not on. I don't like it. So I don't. I like that they took Pat McAfee out right away with his Jelly Roll. They did that. They made Cody look really strong by taking out both of them, and then Jelly Roll finishing him off on the announce table. And that announce table took a lot of abuse earlier in the night, and for some reason Jelly Roll was the only one who couldn't break it. Um,
He's the only one.
He's the only one. But they brought them. They took him out, which I liked. Then it was down to 1-on-1, and Cody definitely played the heel in the match while Randy played the face as the match, and they played that dynamic throughout the entire match. And then you had the weird finish with the thumb poke to the eye, and then he RKO'd the ref because he couldn't see. For some reason, he got so blinded by all the blood and getting eye poked, he thought the ref for some reason who was behind him was Cody.
Makes
Then
sense.
Pat McAfee came running down with sunglasses for some weird reason.
And a
Uh,
red shirt.
the ref, it made sense. He came down and did the slowest 3 count ever. And I was like, well, when he came down there, because Randy was playing the face at this time, and Cody was playing the heel throughout the match, which I liked. I was like, oh, they're doing the double turn. This is going to be great. Um, and he came out there, so I thought he was going to cost Randy Orton to solidify the face and heel turns of it. But no, he just counted a normal count, and then he just got RKO'd for some weird reason. The crowd chanted it. It's just RKO'd Pat McCa yeah. And then Cody got the advantage one uh, from that distraction, and then yeah, he got the title taken from him, hit with it, then punted. They like turned back, then they turned. This is why I can't. And I knew on Monday this proved what I thought was going to happen is that these characters didn't change at all after this match.
I told
They're the same, which makes me upset because Cody was already falling on my list for his character work, and like the same things happened. So now he probably went more down my list.
you and Jeremy were giving me such a hard time because I was like, this isn't a heel turn. He's still a face. And you guys were like, no, he's turning heel. I was like,
He did
no,
work
he's
the
still
heel. He did work as the heel.
he worked as the heel for the match, but he was still a face working heel. He's got a weird dynamic that I actually
I
enjoy.
think they
I
were
love
trying
it.
to counteract the crowd because they knew he was going to get booed and Randy Orton was going
Yeah.
to get cheered. But here's the facts for you. On Friday,
Mhm.
Randy Orton's still going to get cheered and he's still going to get booed. So I don't know why they just didn't do the double turn.
Because just because the fans want to boo him doesn't mean we're going to listen to the fans and give them a
Yep,
heel
they d-
Cody Rhodes.
they did the same thing with John Cena. People who booed John Cena, hated John Cena, and never turned
And
him
look at him
face.
now; he's made millions of
That's true. I mean, same thing with
dollars.
Cody. It
Yeah.
doesn't make him less. Like I said, he's probably fallen down on my top 100. He probably won't be as high next time we do it. He probably still be on my top 100 because I do like Cody. It just
Yeah.
his character. I'm not driving with his character right now. Um,
Which is funny because when it was John Cena, I didn't like that, but I like Cody Rhodes. He's just doing it, and it feels different, and it feels like I like it this way better with Cody Rhodes. I don't know why.
yeah, that is weird. Um, but yeah, it was a confusing main event. It was all over the place. Um, last year's night one was held together by its main events. I feel like this one was not. Um, this whole night one. Um, what letter grade would you give this night one, Chris?
I'm gonna give it because I'm looking at it as a whole. I'm gonna give it a C minus. I think Seth and Gunther ended up being the best match of the night. Kind of knew that was probably gonna happen, but I'm gonna give it a C minus because that first match was just terrible. The tag team match needed more time, in my opinion. I questioned the women's championship match. That probably needed more time too. I mean, they just didn't have enough time, and I'm gonna knock it down to a C minus for that.
I'm giving
You?
it a D, straight D.
That's fair.
Um, the Seth Gunther, though good it needed more time, and I wasn't a fan of the run-in finish with the interference with that one in particular. I think it should just sort of happened at the end. Um, so yeah, it's sad.
That's fair.
I'm not a fan of night one. I don't want to go back and watch any of these matches. Um, to be honest with you,
Hmm.
I feel like this could have been an episode of SmackDown. Um, so yeah, night one equals SmackDown. Um, that's how I feel
Wouldn't
about
mind
night one.
watching the Cody versus Orton match again to see, just try and maybe
No,
that will help me understand it a
I
little
don't.
more.
I don't want to watch night one ever again. I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe
Yeah.
if we do the the Time Machine, which we'll talk about later. We're gonna do some trailers and stuff for Time Machine. If we do that for way down the line, maybe then I'll go back and watch the whole thing. But as of right now, I don't feel like
Oh,
rewatching any of it. I don't feel like there's no need to rewatch any of it. I will say the performers did the best what they could with the time that they had, which is why I'm not giving this like an F
yeah,
or a bomb or anything, because I don't think nothing was bad. None of the matches were bad. They just were either okay or good, in my opinion.
yeah, and a lot of it had to do with time.
Yeah,
I thought the first match was bad, but I also think that most of the
I would agree.
performers didn't do
The
much.
first match is bad because it doesn't highlight any of the wrestlers. They're all secondary characters in that match.
Yep,
I would agree with that. First match is bad.
yep, I agree. So that's all right.
Yeah,
That's the end of night one. I mean,
yeah,
there's not much else to it, I guess.
yeah. Let's
These
go.
guys did
Let,
what they could.
Yeah, let's go on to night two. Night two. I was very hopeful the next day. So I was like, all the best matches that I was really looking forward to were on night two, and night two, it got a little bit of that soul. The commercial still took a lot of that soul, but night two got a little bit of a flair. Night two actually felt like WrestleMania. I think we don't even need to be at two nights anymore. I think we could just be at one night. If this is how they're going to do it, I think we could just do one night of WrestleMania.
They're good.
Um,
Let's do it.
yep. So our first match, the first match that they had was between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, with Obafemi getting the win. Thoughts on this
Yep.
very under 6 minute match, Chris?
I, I was, I am okay with it. I wasn't happy about it, but I'm okay with it. Especially since now that I know Brock was going to retire because he lost. I think he lost, honestly. I think he retired because he lost. And he was like, I'm going out on my back. That's the way I want to go out, but I don't want to be putting over a bunch of people. And why not put over the young up and coming superstar that's going to be basically taking my crown? So the way it happened and what all happened made me fine with how this match went. I thought it was a great match. I wish it was a little bit longer. I don't like the fact that Brock got squashed, but I'm totally cool with how the match ended and how things were. It was a fun, quick little match.
Yeah, I
I
love this.
liked it.
I think this was the only, I think this was the right decision. I think if Brock would have won, I think a lot of people would be looking less favorably on this night too of WrestleMania, just as a community purposes. Um, Yeah, I think this is the right choice to have Obafemi go over. He's a young up and coming superstar. You should be going on your back for the next big thing, which is Obafemi. Um, like I said, I would be fine with it being a squash match. I had a feeling it was going to be just the way they were building it. And it wasn't super squash. He still got some moves in. Um, but they,
Yeah.
yeah. And I thought the story they told was pretty good. With Brock retiring at the end. I like that too. I like that no one saw that coming. I still think it's possible that he's goaded out of being retired, you know, for
Yeah, maybe.
Minneapolis and SummerSlam since that's his hometown. So that's very possible. But I don't want them to. I really hope they keep this as his retirement. But yeah,
Hmm.
I like this a lot. This got me pumped. I was like, yes, keep this going, keep this train going. By the way,
Yep.
this whole
I
first
100%
hour
agree.
was all better
Hmm.
than all night one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right? It was way better, even though this was too short, in my opinion.
I don't think it was
Um,
too short. I think it
I
was
still
right
think,
where it needed to be.
yeah, but I 100% agree with you that he should not come out of retirement just for a SummerSlam match to lose to Gunther and retire. That would be, I would not like that at all. That would really put a damper, and it would make me like this match even less, just based on the ending. I don't think they should have ended it that way if he's gonna go and actually take care of. So yeah, we're heading right into the next match, which was the last match for ESPN. Anybody with ESPN? It was a free match. It was the Intercontinental Championship ladder match with Penta defending his championship against Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonald, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. Penta comes out victorious. This was, well, what kind of match do you think?
This was great. This was one of the best ladder matches I've seen in a while. All these guys did their best. They took a lot of crazy bumps. I really liked one move when they tossed Rey Mysterio onto Rusev and they went through the ladder. That was sweet. I think Rey Mysterio also hit his head on the ladder too, so he might have a concussion. I like obviously they did the Mexican Destroyer. Penta did the Mexican Destroyer on JD on the ladder. That was pretty cool. I like the Javon's move. He did it to Rusev off the ladder, which tied in back to Monday Night Raw later on. Um, so yeah, this match was great. Penta, that's who I thought was going to win. I thought he was going to retain. Uh, Javon would have been cool to win, but I think this was the right choice. I want to see Penta go on a pretty lengthy run with the IC title. So yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed this a lot. This really got me pumped.
Agreed. I enjoyed this match a lot too. I like seeing Penta actually win here. It's about time they give him what I was hoping he'd get last year, and then they just took him down such a terrible road that I was just so sick of him. He can
He
work
also
his
got
way
a good
back
entrance.
up.
He also got a cool entrance with the Mortal Kombat uh,
Yeah.
Shao Kahn. I liked it. Oh, I thought it was funny. The commercial break. During the commercial, Rusev, JD, and Dragon Lee, they didn't get an entrance. Their entrance was during the commercial break. That's how you knew the three of them wasn't winning. I was like, I told you
Yep.
there's three random guys in this match. Good thing those three random guys are good performers. Dragon Lee, very underrated. He's actually really good.
They are. And now it's funny. Rusev looks like he might be going for the title soon too again.
Yeah, I mean, Penta needs a story. I think that's a good
Yeah.
feud. Yeah,
It's a great feud. I like it. We'll see how that goes. But this match was good. I really enjoyed watching everybody in this match perform. They all did a lot of high flying acrobatics. Um, Watching a ladder snap in half is always an oh no, I hope he's not hurt type
yeah,
moment.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's always very
so good.
satisfying.
Yep, one of the best matches on the card.
Yeah, by far, by far. I did put the ladder match on my list. Remember, I've been making a list of, so when we get to the top 10 matches of the year, I have a record list throughout the year. I did put this. This is one of the two matches I put on that list.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome. I
from this
agree with
weekend.
that.
But our next match is about the future, going back to the future of this business with the United States Championship. As Sami Zayn defended against Whoop That Trick Williams and his Lemon Pepper Steppers. And the Lemon Pepper Steppers ended up winning with a big receipt on his entrance. Um, yes, Trick Williams ended up winning. What were your thoughts on this U.S. title match?
I love Trick Williams' entrance. I liked his. It looked like he was on a CD or not a
Yeah,
CD, but a
he does it
record or
with all his entrances. It's like standard with his entrance. I like it.
Oh, he always comes out of the
Yeah,
floor.
he always comes out and he's like on this like platform that rotates him.
Oh, for whatever reason, I guess I've never seen that before. Oh well, this was a great match. Both are great competitors. I feel so bad for Sammy because he's basically used as a transitional champion
Yeah,
who's now gonna go sit somewhere and probably not do much of anything for a little while unless he gets a rematch against Trick Williams. Who knows? Um, I thought this match was pretty good. I
short.
I knew Trick Williams was gonna win.
Yeah,
It just felt like Sammy's
we
not
both picked
gonna
Trick to
be
win
champion
this.
for very long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I thought the match was suffered from the time. This is the first match I noticed that the time really suffered from it. I think it could have went a little bit longer. I'm happy
Yeah.
Trick won. I think this is the right call. I know why they didn't want Carmelo in the match because they don't want Carmelo to face Trick yet. They want to save that for some reason. Um,
SummerSlam maybe.
Maybe. Um, because there's already a lot of history with them from NXT. Um, so yeah, Carmel could have been in this match. I think it would have. I think it would have elevated this actually having this as a triple threat just to make it a little bit different than a lot of some
Hmm.
of the other matches. Um,
Yeah, no
but
triple threats on the card.
yeah, yeah. Unlike last year when we had some triple threats that were really good.
Yep.
But yeah, Trick winning. It's the right choice. Happy about it. Sammy was the heel during this. It seemed like he was the heel and Trick was the face during this. So we'll see where this goes. Sammy's also a character who has just like fallen on my list a bit as well. It's him and Cody have just throughout this year have just fallen on my list.
Yeah, and Sammy's falling on my list too. Uh, it's just they're not. they're booking him as poorly as they did Penta last year, in my opinion. It's like, come on now. I get it. You can't. There's too much. That's part of my too much talent issue. It's like there's just too much to go around. Too much talent,
Yeah, and he's
not enough
getting.
time, not
I,
enough
I
booking.
I'm starting to see him in LA Knight not ever winning a world title because they're getting too much new talent that's coming in there, and
Yep.
they're just getting pushed to the side. That's just what I've been noticing. Like I thought Sammy was gonna
Yep.
win the Royal Rumble this year because they were in Saudi Arabia. He was gonna go on this whole thing and win here at WrestleMania, win the big one as like the big baby face.
Nope.
Finally. Um,
Nothing.
the argument could have been made that he should have been the one to dethrone Roman, maybe because he was tied to that whole storyline. Um,
Yeah.
but we're here now. He took a spot
Yep.
of another talent that should have been in the mid card title scene. Um, and so we're here with Sammy now. We'll see how what reaction he gets on Friday.
Exactly. We're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be a fun Friday night, I think. So I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
That being said, here comes another match with the return of a competitor, but not the same kind of return as you think. This was Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor, versus Dominic Mysterio. What are your thoughts?
Both of these guys had really cool entrances. I like the throne that Dom came in with the throne being the king of the luchadors was his saying that he's been saying he came on this huge throne. I liked
Mhm.
the demon's entrance with the like the people like they were coming through the glass on the wall and the ribbons and stuff. I thought both of these guys had great entrances. I think this match was a
Yep.
little lackluster a little bit compared to the other ones on the card. Um, it does seem like Dom did a lot of the offense on Finn for the most part with a lot of the
Mhm.
chairs and stuff. And you would think that this
Yep.
would have been like the closing of the how they booked this. It seemed like it was going to be the closing, but they're obviously continuing this. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm glad both these guys are on the card. I'm glad we finally moved do this storyline. There's some storylines you don't need long-term booking for. I feel like this was one of them because this was like built from last year already with Dom pinning Finn to win the IC title. Um, so now Finn pinned
Mhm.
Dom at the end of this match. Yeah, it is what it was. I also think this would suffer from time. As I'm gonna keep saying that, suffer from time.
Yep.
Um,
It's an ongoing trend here
yeah,
that I agree with.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I love seeing the demon. It was cool to see him. I've never actually gotten a full see him. I've seen pictures and little snippets here and there of what the demon was. It was cool to see him back as the demon. They definitely made the demon feel like he's indestructible because again, Dominic Mysterio got all like 80 to 90% of the offense in this match,
yeah.
and he couldn't put Finn Balor away. And then of course it was awesome, kind of I guess in a positive way, if I wanted to spin that. Finn only did like 10 moves to Dominic, maybe not even, and he still beat him because he's
Yeah.
so wimpy that he deserves to be beaten so
The
easily.
Dom, the right winner won here. The demon needed to win. You know what they should have
Yeah.
done would have been cool if it was like they used to do the boiler room match or whatever it is with
Oh yeah, with Mick Foley.
yeah. What they should have done is the clubhouse. Like they should have started in the clubhouse, the
Mm,
Judgment Day clubhouse with the PlayStation, use the PlayStation as a weapon and like the whole
yeah,
area. Like I think that would have been good for their rivalry. Maybe that's what
that'd
they
be
build
cool.
toward. But I think that's a cool idea. I heard someone else say
That'd
that.
be
I was like,
cool.
if they instead of doing the street fight, they could have done something like that. I think yeah, that would have been awesome.
I agree. That would have been cool if they like if they didn't start in the clubhouse, maybe they ended in the clubhouse. I would be
Yeah.
fine with
Or
that
they
too.
start, yeah. Well, I mean, they wanted to do the big entrances, so it makes sense why had to start in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you would have just had them have a street fight and they end up in the clubhouse, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Or maybe bring the clubhouse around the ring. You know how they do weird street fights, like themed ones? Like the theme is the Judgment Day clubhouse
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know.
Ah, something. That would have been neat. I doubt they'll use that idea, but you know what? It's still a good idea. And I think they should. You
Yeah.
listen to Triple H? I know you watch. We talk all the time, buddy. Come on.
No, he doesn't have TKO, and we need TKO to listen because they technically have control of creative now. Um,
Oh yeah. Well, let's not talk about that.
Uh, our next match is it was Jade Cargill defending the WWE Women's title against Rhea Ripley, with Rhea Ripley getting the victory. What are your thoughts on
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, well, I felt like Rhea was gonna win. I just knew Rhea would win. You know, it was time. Jade had a terrible run with the
Yep, I
championship,
agree.
and it's not her
It was a
fault.
terrible.
It was it was just a
They were
poor
waiting for
poor
Bianca Belair,
booking.
but they're going to be waiting a long time for that.
Yep, yep. We were surprised by Bianca. She is pregnant.
Yep,
Congratulations to her
yep.
and her husband. Um, that being said, we won't see you probably until next WrestleMania. So I guess we're not going to let Jade have the championship that long, and I don't blame you. Let's give it to
Yep.
Rhea Ripley, who is an awesome champion and will do great things.
She is the most
I thought this
popular
was
woman, so it makes sense to put the title on your most popular lady performer.
yep, and I think this was a great match. One of Jade's best matches she had. I don't think she had a botch in this match, which is a personal best for her. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
this was
I was very happy.
what's the term for it? How would you call it? Surprising. It was, I didn't
Yeah,
think it was going to be as, I said in our predictions that it was going to be good because Rhea was going to carry this match, which I do think Rhea carried most of this match because Rhea's selling is really good. Um,
yep,
but I really liked the transition they did at the end where she was going for the jaded and then she reversed it into her finisher. And
yep,
yeah, I that was a really cool sequence. It was good. Io Sky came out there to be a sidekick, um, take out the other
yep.
two
Protect
baddies.
her.
Yeah, this match went like 10 minutes around that length of time. It could have went for a little
Yep.
bit longer, I think. I think this was the right choice. Jade Cargill's title reign has been absolutely terrible. Um, I thought we finally got the best of Jade Cargill after she squashed Tiffany, and then she was going on a run and just beat up all the faces and stuff. But like she had really no one to feud with. That was the problem. She had one
But
title defense before this. One title defense before this. This is her second title defense. Isn't that crazy?
yeah,
Um,
in like 100 and some days or whatever.
yeah. Absolutely not a very good title reign. Will not be remembered
Nope.
yeah. So Jade, we'll see how it goes. I think she's good with the ladies. I think they should have done that, like set that up better. It doesn't make any sense storyline wise. You just team up with the person who's been beating you up and injuring you. Doesn't make much sense.
Right.
Um, but I think BFAB is a very good talker. Just have her talk for Jade most of the time. Um, yeah. So
Sure. She could be the voice of the new faction, whatever it's called.
yeah, we're gonna see this rivalry continue, which was one of the things I was afraid about, is this rivalry was gonna continue. I'm pretty sure it's gonna continue on SmackDown because there's really no one for Rhea to feud with except Jade. She's the only like credible contender for the title. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes.
Yeah, we'll see. It should go somewhere, hopefully. And it's real nice to see that Jade's had a good match that wasn't botched. So I think they will have more matches like between the two of them, just because it was a solid match, considering all the possibilities they could have had during this match for it not being so good. So
Yeah,
I applaud it.
yeah, yeah. This was surprising. This was surprisingly all right. I was like, oh, this is okay.
And
I
then we
was
come
actually.
to the final match. Oh,
That's
no,
right. We
go
come
ahead.
to the final match. Let's go to the final
Yep,
match.
yep. Let's just go right into it. The World Heavyweight Championship match, which was a singles match, 1v1, no stipulations or anything. It was just supposed to be a regular match between CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. What were your thoughts?
This was the best match of the whole weekend. I think this is almost a five-star match here. These guys put on their best performance, both CM Punk and Roman. Actually had pretty good chemistry with one another for not liking each other in real life, um, which is
Supposedly.
funny. No, they don't. They don't like each other in real life. So yeah, it was a very good match. I liked it a lot. I put it on my list. This is the other match I put on my list. This was the best built, and it had enough time to actually tell the story that we're talking about. Story I was telling you guys last week, where I thought like it could be where CM Punk gives out at the end, and Roman wins without any help. And so like that was the story that they were telling. That's the story that happened. I liked both these guys' entrances. I didn't understand CM Punk's entrance. I listened to a podcast earlier, and he actually broke down CM Punk's entrance because Roman Reigns came out, but before he came out, he had his family, like
Yep.
plastered, like he comes from a dynasty. When CM Punk came out, he came out of nothing. Like he was built by himself. Like he doesn't have a dynasty. That's why he came out. And it was all black, and then he
Yep.
touched that. So that was kind of the symbolism between them, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I didn't catch that until this other person explained it. But yeah, this match was really good. Um, the CM Punk was able to take Roman through the announce table, which was really cool. Um, yeah, the finish was great. It's hard to find a bad spot in this match. I really liked it.
Jelly Roll really loosened up that table for him. So now
It
the
was a
table
different
broke
table.
down.
It was a different table.
Maybe they
That
fixed it
table,
since
that
they
table
went out.
shattered. The one Jelly Roll broke shattered.
Yeah,
I
right.
saw it split in half.
Oh man. This match, I will say this was a great match and they did a really good job with it. However, this match should just ended at 10 minutes in because when you hit somebody with steel steps right in front of the referee who's just staring right at you, that's called a disqualification.
I
And it's
disagree.
not a DQ match.
I understand it's not a DQ match, but people use the steel chairs all the time. They whip people in the steel chairs all the time. People use that. CM Punk used the announce table in front of the referee. How
Well, if
taking
you
person
put
through a
somebody
table.
through the table,
No, no, no. If you fall through,
there
if you put
here's
someone
the
through a table,
thing.
that's a DQ. That's a DQ.
That's you hitting them and
No,
the table's under
and
them.
it's the same
That's
thing
like if
with
you put
the.
somebody through the ring.
That's the same thing with the steel steps. So I disagree with that because that's just part of
But
the ring area.
well, in any event, the table didn't happen until after the steel steps. The steel steps was first. The
Yeah, so
match
he
should
got
have been
his
over
get back.
then.
He got his get back with the steel steps, him going through the table.
No, this match was over. They should have rung the bell. But of course, WWE doesn't seem to follow their own rules, so why should we even worry about it?
They did say on commentary that the ref was letting leeway go through this match, so that they did
Yep,
say that.
yep, a couple times because they were just like, we should have just made this a no DQ match. Is what they should have done. It was a great match. I enjoyed it. I understood the story they told. He definitely ran out of gas. The
Yeah,
old man ran out of gas, but he's not done yet, as you'll see on Raw as he goes after Cody Rhodes. This was a good match. This was probably one of the top three matches on the card.
I think it was the best
Could have
match on the
been,
card.
might have been number one, but I'd
I
really have
think
to think about it before I
WrestleMania,
give any names.
this WrestleMania was built on one match, and that was this match.
Yep.
The entire build for this WrestleMania was this one match. This one match really made WrestleMania. Also, my favorite part, I forgot to mention, my favorite part was when, at the very end, when CM Punk was doing the old man thing, he tried to hit Roman, but he missed completely.
Oh,
I
yep.
just really like that attention to detail that they did. I thought
Uh,
that was great for how both men reacted to that. I thought was great. If
CM Punk's so good at that.
yeah, yeah, these guys definitely had put on a classic. I think this was a WrestleMania match they're going to talk about. Um, yeah. So, what is your overall grade for night two, Chris?
Night two, I'm gonna give that a B. I'm gonna give it a pretty solid B. I thought about B minus there for a little bit, but I'm gonna go with the B because I think the first match was great. It went the right way, especially how it all happened. The second match was amazing. I think that was probably the best match on the card. If I was to really be pushed to say what was, but I don't know. I'd have to really think before I officially say that. Third match, decent to good. Uh, the match after that, that was probably the poorest match of the night.
Which
Not to
one?
say it's the
The
poorest
street
match of
fight?
the show. Yeah, with Finn versus Dominic.
Yeah, I think that was the weakest too.
Um, yep. And then of course Jade and Rhea was pretty solid, and then CM Punk and Roman Reigns were solid. So I'm gonna give it a solid B.
I'm
You?
giving it an A minus. I'm going higher than you. I think this. I think this. I think a lot of these matches. I think the Jade and Cargo match was actually surprisingly good. The weakest I think was Finn and Dom. I think that's a weak. I think it was a good match. Like that's the weakest, but I think it's at good. Um, Trick and Sammy also on the weaker side, I think, but that's also good. It was like the mid card. We just came from a big high with the ladder match. We had to go down just a little bit. I think Rhea and Jay did a good job getting the fever pitch up for the main event, and then the main event was amazing. I think that was a 5-star match. I think that's going to be highly regarded at the end of the year. The CM Punk and Roman Reigns match. I think the ladder match also very good. Oh, crowning of Oba, very good. A minus to this night one. Night two, I mean. Night one was trash. Night two, though, very good. Um, very excellent. I'm excited to see where we go from here, where the future lies for a lot of these storylines going out from here. What would you give WrestleMania overall, Chris?
I think as an overall grade, I would give it a probably a C plus. I've seen a lot of great WrestleManias, uh, and I've seen a couple of terrible WrestleManias. So this one's probably going to be in the C to C plus range. I'll give it the C plus. I'll give it a little bit of a push upward because night two was better than expected.
Yeah,
You?
like I said, I really like tonight two a lot. Night one, night one, night one. It was another episode of SmackDown. Um, didn't feel like WrestleMania at all, and so I gotta judge it accordingly. So I'm saying probably C, solid C.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just put it in
that's
the
fair.
average. Yeah, because I think night two
Mhm.
really helped. Because if it was anything like night one, oh man, we were looking at lower tier WrestleMania. I think we're in the mid range, upper mid.
Yeah,
Just only because of
yeah,
night two.
that's fair.
Night two really holds up this WrestleMania though. And night one really holds it back.
Yeah, there
And
was just too many matches on night one that were issues.
yeah, I mean, and some of those issues I have were nitpicky and were personal to my
Yeah,
taste. You know what I'm saying? Like you liked the main event, I didn't like the main event. Um,
yeah, true.
so yeah.
So
Um,
some of it was nitpicky. Yeah, that makes sense.
so that so that's just my personal taste. Um, but yeah, we're past WrestleMania. It is what it is. And another thing with night one, I was already going to night one disappointed that some people didn't make the card. So it's just like, and then I see all these commercials where you could have easily got these people on the card, if it was like this. Um,
Yep.
so I don't want to hear any comments about 8 hours, Jeremy, because technically it was 8 hours if you watched the entire pre-show and post-show. So I'm just saying.
Isn't
Um,
that ridiculous? Like, how do you have a PLE that it used to be called a pay per view where you paid to view?
yep.
Well, how do you pay to watch these things like people do with ESPN Unlimited, the $30, and yet you still give them 3 hours of ads?
Yeah, some people watched the entire Hulk Hogan documentary.
Oh, those
Oh, during those
people
ads. If you watched
got
on
to see at
Netflix,
least something, I guess.
yeah. If you watch on Netflix,
Better
you
than
watch the
the ads,
entire.
I suppose.
uh, um,
Still not sure I'd like it, but whatever.
yeah. So Hulk Hogan got more screen time than most of the card. Isn't that crazy?
Mm, that is nuts. It's like,
And
come
then
on now.
some of the things they would do, they would come back and Michael Cole would explain it and do another ad as like he's explaining like, oh, this is the what was the cone zone with the cones and stuff. Or like, oh, the Mandalorian and Grogu are watching WrestleMania. I'm like, this is another ad.
Oh,
Okay, I understand the Street Fighter promotion. You have two of your big stars in the
yep.
Street Fighter movie. It makes sense that they're going to show.
Makes
The
sense.
trailer came out on that Thursday, I'm pretty sure, like at the cinema events. So like obviously you're going
Yeah.
to show like that trailer both nights because you're two of your big stars in it. Yeah.
Yep. But come on now. Do you need to talk about Grogu? I mean, I like Grogu, but you don't see me talking about him during a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Shoot. We already paid and watched a bunch of ads as it is. You're getting so much money. It's ridiculous how
There's so
much.
much fluff.
Oh,
Oh, we didn't even talk about like John Cena as the host. Like, what was the purpose? I feel like John Cena, they just had him there as name. They could have had anybody go out there and say, "Welcome to WrestleMania," and then give
yeah.
the attendance numbers. They could have had
Hey,
anybody do
Maggie.
that. It didn't have to be John Cena. I do like that they
No.
didn't have him do anything physical because he's retired. Um,
Yes.
so that
That was.
makes sense. Yeah.
He
Um,
didn't even do anything during the Danhausen
oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the
15
Danhausen
minutes.
thing. I think if the
I think that
Danhausen,
was more than most of the matches.
if the Dan, technically that was on night two, right? That was night two.
Yep.
That would yeah.
You thinking
That's.
about that, it might have brought your show down a little bit, didn't it, Mister
I think
B
that
A
kept it
minus?
from being. I knew there was a reason why I kept it from being like an A. Um, I'll keep it at A minus.
Danhausen.
I'm gonna keep it at A minus. I'm gonna choose to ignore the entire Danhausen thing. Um, because the matches were that good. Like I told you, the ladder match and the world heavyweight, the main event, I loved both those matches. Those matches were great. I put,
You know what's funny? Oh,
yeah,
go ahead, finish it.
no, and yeah, like I said, they're on my list that I'm making for the end of the year when we go through our favorite matches of the year. They're on that. Not saying that they're going to be ranked yet because we got a whole year left. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole year,
Yep.
and I already have like 10 matches on there on this list. Like I only put 10 on the list. So like, yeah,
Some of them aren't going to make it.
some of them
But
aren't
you know
gonna
what's
make it.
funny that I was thinking of during this whole thing? People like Danhausen, right? He's got a
Some
big
people do.
following. People like him. They enjoy him. You are toxic, or you are cursed,
Cursed.
right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what I was about to say is nobody likes Kit, who goes, "You are
Oh, I forgot to
toxic."
mention.
One
I
word
forgot.
makes them
John
not
Cena.
less more
John
annoying.
Cena. He was like, "Who are you?" He buried another young talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, "Who are you?" He just buried
Who are
him.
you
Just buried
anyway,
him right
buddy?
there. Just buried
He's
him.
like, "You're out, buddy. I don't
Yeah.
care." What? Oh man, that guy's so good at burying talent.
uh,
And people like him. People like him for this. They're like, "Oh, he's such a great person because he's burying everybody." Like enough,
enough.
enough.
Yeah.
Go find out where I put John Cena on my top 100. Watch the top 100. That's
Go
where
ahead and
exactly
watch
where
us. And if you made it this far in the video, you have to subscribe and like our video. If you made it this far in our
yes,
review, please like and
and
subscribe
share it, please.
and share it.
And
Yes.
if you think that things are a little, you're not sure about how things are right now, just know that this is hopefully a one-time thing because some of
We,
us have plumbing issues that we have to work on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So,
it
so
looks
if
a little
my
different, but
background sucks to you,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. Don't worry, we'll go back to our normal presentation momentarily.
Soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
soon.
Hopefully next week, but
Hopefully next week.
sometime sometime in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Uh Good at show. And you know what? I think this is a perfect time to wrap it up with another episode of Killer and Cease The Turnbuckle. Thanks for stepping into the ring with us.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to hit that follow button, drop a review, and share it with your fellow wrestling fanatics. Down below, type in what was your favorite match of WrestleMania 42. Got another top 10 or past PLE you want us to break down? Email us at killercspodcast@gmail.com.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts.